Alright, everybody. As I said the other day, I am definitely going to continue, or at least for the next, 2 episodes. There's only 2 episodes. But I am reviewing the episodes of Secret Invasion that come out. And episode 5 was kind of slow. It had some important beats in it, but again, this episode was like 30 minutes, give or take. It wasn't that long of an episode at all, and it definitely felt like it. But honestly, to start off, you start with the president being rushed to the hospital after the attack from episode 4. We know Talos has been stabbed by Gravik, so Talos is confirmed that actually they took Talos out. Fury is kind of in a panic a little bit, and they won't let him into the back room obviously because they got to do surgery or whatever on the president. And he just kind of whispers to the president, "Don't trust Rhodey." And they kind of wheel him on in. So even though the president was unconscious, we all know that means that he's gonna kind of have this little note in his head when he sees Rhodey, or this voice in his head, and he's gonna not trust Rhodey. I mean, that's how these things go. Anyway, Rhodey ends up showing up, and he is about to go in there to speak to the president. Of course, Fury kind of snatches him up and pins him to the wall. It's like, "Yeah, I know you're a Skrull." And Rhodey's kind of just like, "Yeah, well, you're not gonna do anything." And this is what got me, because in this part of the episode, the Skrull Rhodey's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, in 60 seconds, the clip of you pulling your gun on Maria Hill or whatever is gonna be released on the internet, and everybody's gonna see that Nick Fury shot Maria Hill." And at that point, I'm just kind of like, I mean, if he's already got the footage set to release, I'm like, what's the point of me not harming you? I mean, the leverage you had, you just released to the internet. So why am I keeping you around? I don't know. I mean, Fury's like, as they say, the super spy. So maybe there's a reason that he didn't do it. I'm just kind of confused, because I'm like, at that point, what do you need Skrull Rhodey for at that point? I mean, they already got that information out there. But anyway, Fury lets him go, and he goes to one of his hideouts. He finds Gaia there, and they kind of talk about Gravik for a little. I mean, I'm not Gravik, but Talos for a little bit. And then he tells Gaia that she should take Talos's body to his Skrull wife, so that they can do a proper ceremony for him. And they do the ceremony, and then of course they get attacked by Gravik's men. They had this, I guess, standoff where Gaia and Fury's wife, I can't think of her name right now, pretty much fight off all of Gravik's soldiers. And then we cut back to Fury, who has met with this lady. You know what? I'm skipping some stuff. I'm sorry. I can't remember. I should really write these people's names down. But there's this woman in Europe who has been able to pinpoint who is a Skrull, who isn't a Skrull, and she has money and power, of course, and she kind of is a high-ranking official. So she's been kind of taking Skrulls out here and there, and she's done that a couple times in this episode, just trying to get information. But anyway, Fury ends up meeting her towards the latter part of the episode, and they basically go to where Fury is hiding something that Gravik wants. So what Gravik wants is this DNA vial that has all the DNA of all the Avengers from the battle against Thanos in Endgame. Fury had some Skrulls, of course, hidden or in disguise, go to the battlefield and pick up all the DNA they could from Avengers, that bled and everything throughout that fight. And he saved it. Why? I don't know. They really don't say. But that is a very Nick Fury thing to do, so I'm not really going to complain too much about that. Gravik wants the Avengers DNA so that he can become, I guess, the ultimate Skrull, if you will. And Fury, again, is the only one who knows where he is. So, again, Fury and this lady, they go to I can't remember the country they went to, but they go to one of these different countries. Turns out, if you remember Winter Soldier, where he and Steve and everybody were, I believe this is the same. I think it's the same grave site from that. I've seen it before, and I'm thinking it's the one from Winter Soldier. I don't think it's what we saw when he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think it's where they went when they were in Winter Soldier. But he goes there, gets the vial from there, and then goes into the little building and takes out his classic Nick Fury jacket and the eye patch. And he calls somebody and he's like, it's time to finish this. Now, there's a lot of speculation as to who he called. We really don't know. And, you know, the hopeful idea is that it's a powered person of some sort, you know. Of course, I don't know who it would be, but the only person logically I think will be Monica Rambeau, because Carol is out in space somewhere, and we know that when WandaVision, in the last episode of WandaVision, we saw that Monica was approached by a Skrull and asked to come with her to, I think, Saber is what they call it in the MCU. But we also know that Monica and Fury are working together in the Marvels. We saw that in the trailer. And in the new trailer, which I might do a reaction to. I just hadn't had the time to do it. But yeah, so I think the main idea will probably be Monica. And again, that's just kind of speculation. It might not be any superpower person. It might just be, I don't know, heck, Maria Hill, and we find out that she's still alive, and they pull a Winter Soldier on us. But Monica is kind of the only person I can think of who would actually be who they use here. Now, of course, a lot of people have wanted, me included, have wanted Chloe Bennett to come back as Quake, because in the comics, Quake played a big role in the Secret Invasion storyline, and it would be awesome. It'd be a nice look who we got moment where you have the person he talked to on the phone pop up in the next episode, and it's Chloe Bennett in MCU version of the Quake outfit. I think that'd be really, really good. But after countless, slaps in the face from Disney Plus's Marvel shows, I just can't really expect Quake to pop up, because from the Ralph Boner crap in WandaVision to bunches of other instances where you could have had another hero here and you didn't, I'm just kind of not expecting them to do something like that, especially because Feige's group seems to have something against the people who did the Marvel TV from back then. Not talking about Daredevil, because of course they brought Charlie Cox in, but it's like you kind of had to bring Charlie Cox in. I mean, it's Charlie Cox. But in terms of like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people, I don't think they have brought anybody back as far as like the actual, those cast members. I don't think they brought anybody back into the MCU proper. So again, I don't know. It would be a nice surprise if Chloe Bennett is in it, but I wouldn't hold my breath. In fact, as much as I love Monica Rambeau, I would probably prefer it be Chloe Bennett's Quake. But again, we know how they are. Anyway, that's pretty much how the episode goes off. It's not much to say about the episode. It was a quick episode, and not a lot went on. I mean, graphics, some of Gravik's Skrull soldiers tried to turn on him, and he kind of went Super Skrull on him, and that didn't go too well for that group. But other than that, like I said, it was a quick episode, not much going on in it. And one major plot point is that Gravik called Skrull Rhodey and told him to tell the president that the Skrulls were working with the Russians, so that would make the Americans bomb the Skrull base, which is on Russian soil, which would again cause another war. Yeah, a lot. It's a lot of moving parts that goes into this, but I mean, honestly, the main thing is that Fury is trying to prevent World War III. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the episode. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Hopefully episode 6 brings the good stuff, whether it be Monica or, dare I say it, Quake. So we'll see. But that's my review. So if you liked it, hit that like button, drop a comment to let me know if you want to see Quake, or if you want to see Monica, or if you just don't care. Subscribe if you want to see more. And remember, we have the high ground. Catch you later.